What's up, YouTubers? It's Casual706 here, back with another Transformers unboxing / review. Today I have Transformers Titans Return, Autobots Stylor and Chromedome. Now, this is a remake of the original G1 toy Chromedome. As we see the packaging here, we got the robot itself. We got him in his car mode down here at the bottom. He's packaged with 2 blasters, and up in the top here we got an artistic depiction of his head popping off, the headmaster popping off of the figure. It says that it's going to be for ages 8+. Alright, then we swivel around to the back side of the package. We see we got a Chromedome here with his blasters. He looks really cool, might I add. It says it's going to take about 12 steps to change him from a robot to his car mode, and vice versa. His headmaster Stylor is only going to take one step to change him from the head of Chromedome into the headmaster Stylor, which we have right there. And over here we got a couple of other figures in the Titans Return line. We got Clobber, I think that's wave 2 of the replacement heads. It looks like Grimlock. We got Highbrow, which was actually my last review. Alpha Trion, and Soundwave. I've yet to see Soundwave in the wild out here yet. Now in the top left hand corner we've got a quick bio. The bio reads, "The Autobots unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Autobot Stylor gives Chromedome the power of mnemosurgery, the ability to access and edit another bot's memories." Alright. So since we took a look at the packaging, we're going to go ahead and bust this guy open and take a look at what the actual figure looks like, articulation and whatnot. Alright, so out of the packaging, we get the typical stuff that comes with these guys lately. We're going to get these little art stat cards here. They come on a really thick stock. They're nice quality. On the back it has a breakdown of his strength, speed, intelligence, and his firepower. Looks like he's going to be real low as far as his stat numbers. I think Highbrow is way higher. But it does say that he's very smart. Alright, now with these cards, the red line is going to be for Chromedome himself. And then with the blue line, that's going to be the extended stat when he's combined with Autobot Stylor. So that about covers it. And we got some really nice artwork on the front of the card there of his head popping off. So now they're also coming with dually sided instructions that are showing how to change it from robot to car mode and vice versa. Now I usually fan these by the camera. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick so you can take a look at the instructions. So that's one side there and the other side. Alright, enough of that. Instructions aren't any fun. Alright, so if we take a closer look at the figure here, we're going to scoot him in a little bit closer to the camera. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the quality of this. A lot of my Titans Return figures were real loose and all. This leg is a little flimsy. But other than that, he's got pretty good joints. This one leg is a little loose here. Head seems to be good and solid there. So that's what he looks like there. We'll spin him around and take a look at the figure. So like that. He's got these little translucent wheels going on here. Alright. Now as I mentioned, this is a remake of a much older toy. So I actually want to do a little comparison real quick here. Alright, now I have the original Chromedome here, minus the head. This was a flea market find. Go out to all the swap meets and Goodwills and whatnot looking for toys. I like to hunt them down instead of paying the high cost for them. I'd rather piece it together personally. But that's what we get there as far as comparisons. As we see, the G1 toy is a lot bigger. These things are, the new ones are real small. But there are a lot of similarities. We can see on the chest here, we kind of keep the same thing going on. On this one, the chest actually flips open, and when you pop the head in, it gives a breakdown of the strengths the speed, strength, and intelligence. This one's not gonna pop open. But we see that they kept the same color for the plastic, like that manila or khaki kind of color. They kept the same brown for the other parts and the same red and all. This is actually like spot on as far as matching paint and all. This is spot on. They did a real good job of it. Now some of my stickers are all worn out, but you see that they tried to keep little silver kneecap things going on. These stickers are all worn out. Even down to the feet, it actually looks kind of similar with the little tabs down there. Now, one thing I'm glad to see change, these hands. These things are horrible. And they actually have proper hands with this figure. So that's nice to see. And it looks like these weapons are actually going to be fairly interchangeable. So if you wanted to, you could take the Titans Return figures weapons and put them on the original version of Chromedome there. So I'm going to spin these guys around so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on as far as comparison. You see he still kind of keeps the backpack vibe going on with this character here. So we do like that. Kind of the same, except the windshields are down here on this figure. So we'll turn them that way there. And then we're going to bring it back to the front. The wheels are a lot different too. These are like a clear plastic here. Like I said, it's translucent. So, alright, so with the robot comparisons aside, we're going to move this guy out of the way. Take a look at Chromedome's articulation. Now as far as joints here, there's several. You're going to get a lot of posability out of this figure. First of all, the head will rotate around 360 degrees, and that's a really nice head sculpt, if I may add. The arms, at the shoulder here, you've got a little ball joint, if you can see it. Got a little ball joint there, so that's going to allow the right around at the shoulder to rotate around 360 degrees. And there's also going to be some pivot with the shoulder, so you can kind of bring it up for some real dramatic poses. Now, after the shoulder, right at the bicep region, there's a little swivel joint here, so you're going to be able to rotate that 360 degrees. And then there's going to be an elbow joint there. Now, this is real hollow here, but that's for the transformation for the hand to fold into the forearm, so you can turn them into his little car mode. But you can kind of move these hands around if needed for posability. They can move in and inwards kind of. And let's see, we're going to move on down and back around. At the hip here, it's on a ball joint, as you see. So you're going to get 360 degrees of rotation out of that hip joint. At the thigh, there's another rotating point. So you're going to be able to get 360 degrees out of that thigh. And of course, he's going to have a knee joint there. Now the foot is also going to have very little play to it here, like up or back this way. So that'll kind of help out with posability as well. The waist will also swivel around 360 degrees because I believe that is needed for transformation. And then we're just going to move right on over to the other leg. The other leg is the same scenario. It's on a ball joint here right at the hip. So you're going to be able to rotate that around 360 degrees. And again at the thigh, there's a little swivel joint there. So you're going to be able to rotate that 360 degrees. And again, he'll have that knee joint. And then back down at the foot, same scenario as the other foot. There's going to be a little wiggle room there to help you out with posing. Alright, so that'll about cover all of that there. Now, as far as weapon display options, you're going to have a couple of options. With this, the headmaster will actually sit in the blaster as well. But you can connect the top blaster. You can connect that to that, and it'll make like a dual blaster to side wield, I guess, here, or to wield from the top. You can do like that if you wanted to. And other hand will also have that same peg in spot, so you'll be able to display it in that hand if you'd like. And then it looks like at the shoulders here, there's a couple of things. So if you want to make like a shoulder cannon thingy, you could do that. And the other side is going to have the same thing. There's a little tab right there on the side of the shoulder, so you could peg the weapon in if you want to do it like that. Or you could do it sideways, I guess. Actually, that doesn't go very well, so I don't know. Now, as I mentioned, there is a little seat on the gun. Kind of silly, though. But you can take the headmaster figure off. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here so you can see it real good here. Oh, if you'll quit flopping around. There you go. That's the headmaster figure. They don't do a whole lot of painting with these guys, so there's not much to them. Now with the headmaster figure, the arms wiggle out a little bit. They're on ball joints. Oh. There's mine painted down. There we go. Yeah, the arms are on little ball joints here. So you can kind of put them out forward like that if you want to. The legs are attached though, so you're not going to get a wide range of movement out of those. They're connected right down here at the lower section. But there is a couple of pins in there, so you can sit them down like that if you want to. And then we'll take a look at the take a look at that head sculpt there. They did a really good job with the head sculpt on this guy. I like the way that looks. I think it's awesome. Alright, now as I was mentioning, I just wanted to go through the little headmaster thing. This gun is very slippery. It has a little seat you can tab the headmaster into. And then if you wanted to, you can do like this. You got to turn the arms up, pull the shoulders up, turn the arms sideways, and then we'll go ahead and peg him in there. It's actually kind of hard to do this. Jesus. Got him doing a split and everything. Yeah, but you're supposed to be able to, it's really hard for me to get both of the arms lined up, but you're supposed to have them be able to hold it like this. If you can see what's going on. He's supposed to be able to hold it with both hands, and then the headmaster can pilot the gun, which makes absolutely no sense, being that the robot will no longer have a head, so I don't know how this works out. So, anyway, blasters to the side. We're going to pop him back on there real quick. We'll go ahead and do the transformation with this guy. Alright, now, actually I shouldn't even put the head back on. We're going to get that out of the way. They usually just they're kind of in the way when you're doing the transformations. Alright, so first thing we will do, we're going to get these arms straightened back up here. We're going to go ahead and, we're going to go ahead on the back here, the hood, we're going to go ahead and pop that up and bring it forward like that on top of the character. Alright, and once we got that in there, this chest section here will pop open, as you see. You're going to fold that right on up underneath the vehicle there. Mine's actually kind of... There we go, that looks better. Looks like it's going to hang down in the vehicle mode. Hopefully it won't get in the way too bad. So we flip that thing up there. Then we're going to go ahead and swivel the waist around here, just like that. Now the legs are going to... Let's see. Yeah. Legs are going to crack open here. And just like that, you're going to pop the leg open. You get that foot out of the way. And then we're going to collapse the leg onto itself like that. And then we're going to close the leg back up right underneath here. Now it looks like there's a little tab thing to kind of catch the foot right there to help you out. Now we do the same thing with the other leg right here. It's going to pop open. You're going to fold that foot forward like that. And we're just going to fold the leg over to collapse onto itself. And then we're going to close that side back up here. These should tab together just like that. So we got that. Now this windshield here, you see we got hinges right here. So we're gonna bring that forward to the front of the vehicle here, just like that. And last but not least, we're gonna, this hand here, you're gonna fold that into the forearm. You're gonna do the same thing with the other hand, fold it into the forearm. And we're just gonna drop the arms down to the side of the vehicle here. And we're gonna give everything a good old squeeze together to make sure it all tabs in. There's several tabs all over the vehicle. I'm just gonna kind of mash my hands all over it to get it all tabbed in here. And we have the vehicle mode. Now, I don't know if anybody else is gonna have this trouble, but you see my chest section is not going up under the hood here. So it's actually kind of scraping. The front wheels are getting no roll whatsoever because of that little hood thing there. I don't know if I could play with things to get it better. Not really. I must have got me another Monday special with that. But you can't do too much roll around with that. Well, actually I do got the wheels moving a little bit now. There we go. Yeah. But it still scrapes that plastic against the bottom. I don't know if you guys are going to have the same problem with your toy or not. So, now, in vehicle mode, you got a couple of ways to display your weapons here. First of all, there's two little tabs on the roof. And then on the weapon, there's two little tabs right there. So you're going to be able to tab that into the top of the vehicle. Assuming that everything is all pegged together good. Yep. So we're going to peg that in, and if you wanted to, now it would make more sense for the guy to sit up on top there. If you wanted to, you could do that. And then this other blaster, since you have a hole right here, that can be on top of that right before the headmaster. Now the original toy, I don't have the weapons for it, but he did have two blasters that were exactly the same, and they would attach to his roof. I think if Hasbro really could have did the same thing, they could have made us two guns that peg in if they wanted to go for an exact kind of duplicate of the G1 version. But all things considered, this isn't too bad. It still kind of keeps the same vibe going on. You do got two blasters. It's just that with the G1 version, they were side by side instead of stacked on top of each other. So, but overall vehicle mode, I'm impressed. We got some get him out of the way. Got some really nice detailing with the car. It looks pretty accurate to the G1 version. I like these. That doesn't feel like a sticker. That feels like it's painted on there. All of these actually, I don't. They may be stickers. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna scratch around with them too much. We even got a little blue paint for the headlights and all of that. The only thing is the wheels. I'm not fond of the see-through plastic on the wheels. It's not too bad. From a distance, you won't notice it. That's what it looks like on the underside of the car there. So, and the back there. So, all things considered, I'm pretty satisfied with the vehicle mode and the robot mode on this guy. Now, one last thing. We saw that the headmaster can pilot the gun, but he can also actually sit in the car if you want to here. There's a little cockpit. You can put him in the car, and you can just close that cockpit back up. My cockpit is a little stiff here. I might need to scoot him on in there. I'm sure there's little pegs and everything to grab it properly, but I'm not doing that. There we go. Yep, so it seems that the headmaster is hindering me. Okay, so I might have to go for the full, yeah, there we go. All right, so So I had to bend the knees and everything to get him in there properly. Now I can close the cockpit. Alright, so there we go. Now we got Stylor driving his little futuristic looking car there. So that's a pretty cool feature, to be able to put the headmaster inside the vehicle. So, let's stick that back on top, yeah. Alright, now since I do have the G1 version, change him into his car real fast. And there we go. We're going to put him side by side to compare them. First thing I notice here is that there's no red engine thingamadoodle bobble up there. It does still kind of keeps the same vibe going on. There's a little difference on the side. A little brown breaks up the khaki color there. Still, actually, let me move that out of the way. Still got the red hood, so that's a good deal. This one also had a cockpit. The headmasters for these were a lot bigger, though, as you see from the size of the cockpit there. So, and we take a look at the back. We see that's where your two weapons pegged in on the G1 version there. We see with the backs, they're kind of keeping the same kind of vibe going on there. This one is really hollow back here. No, not so much hollow going on with the newer one. And we go to the other side, same scenario. It's even kind of doing some of that stuff there still. So, all things considered, this is a great addition to the collection. It's a lot more articulated than the original version. I can't say I'm complaining one bit. So, alright, well I guess that would conclude my unboxing / review for Transformers Titans Return Chromedome and Stylor. If you liked the video, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to stay tuned to my channel in the very near future for more Transformer unboxings, tech tips, life hacks, etc. Alright, so thanks again for the view, guys. Casual706, out.